Awesome. Well, hi everyone. My name is Kayla Lindeman. I'm with the Washington Center. We're an academic nonprofit based in Washington, D.C., and we partner with Elizabethtown to get you some academic credit for an internship in your professional field. So I'm here with your liaison. Do you want to introduce yourself, Megan?
Sure. My name is Megan Bell. I'm a study abroad advisor at Elizabethtown College. So if we haven't had the opportunity to chat yet, we will soon for sure. And I know it's often confusing, but the Washington Center is overseen by the study abroad office. It is our one domestic option, so I do like to do a shout out to it, but you will work with me through the application process and preparations to go to the Washington Center.
Awesome. And before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that this is being recorded so you can get a copy of it. No need to take notes or anything. And then at the end of the presentation, I'll promote you guys to panelists and give you the opportunity to ask any questions you have, or I can clarify anything I talked about during this presentation. So that'll happen at the end. And, feel free to share your camera or not. You're always welcome to use the chat box as well. So whatever you feel comfortable with. So, first, I kind of would just like to point out the elephant in the room, which is COVID-19. I know it's changed pretty much everything about everything this past year, but we know at the Washington Center that you can't put your career plans or your academic plans on hold simply because of a global pandemic. So really here to help you and support you in your journey through college and into your future profession. So before I get started, I'm just going to drop a poll on your screen. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's just asking, in light of COVID-19, what skills or experience are you looking for to set yourself apart in a tough job market? So if you could just answer that real quick. All right. Awesome. So it looks like you guys are really looking to narrow your interests, pinpoint the right career path for you, hoping to connect with some people who can provide some insights as to how to do that, and gain some professional experience, some familiarity with the tools used in your profession. So these are all things that the Washington Center can help you accomplish and get you some practical skills and experience in to apply to your future job. So thank you for taking that poll. So the Washington Center's goal is really simple. We just want to provide you with the people, the tools, and the insights you need to launch a career that you love. So we've adapted our program to serve students both in person. You can come to DC, stay in our residential and academic housing facility, and participate in your internship in DC. Or you can participate completely remotely from the comfort of your own home, participate, in your internship and all the other components of the program from any place, just completely virtually. So we've adapted this program, for students that maybe aren't comfortable coming into DC, but still want to get that great experience that an internship through the Washington Center can provide. So first, I will talk about the internship, which is the first component of the academic internship program, arguably the most important. We're partnered with over 400 different organizations in and around the DC area. So we work with you to get you, matched up with an internship that you're really going to love. And that has, a supervisor that's really invested in your success, projects and assignments that you can really own. We really want our students to not be making coffee or copies for an organization. We want to give them some hands-on experience in some real projects that your organization is working on. So we're partnered with over 400 different organizations, and how it'll work is after you are accepted to the Washington Center, you're paired with an advisor, and you're going to have about an hour meeting with them to talk about, your interests, your background, what you're really hoping to gain out of an internship. And this advisor is going to use, this get to know you session and your application materials to pick out some internship sites that they think are going to fit you best. So they're going to send your application materials out to these internship sites. Those sites will reach back out to you asking to set up an interview, and they might offer you a position at their internship site. So, if you are excited about the offer that you're being offered from the internship site, you're free to accept. At any point, you're able to see where your application materials are being sent. So if you're not quite happy with the sites that are receiving your application materials, the advisor is really just there to help you find an internship you love. So that's definitely something you should communicate to them. And we're just going to keep sending your application materials out until you do get an offer from an internship site that you're excited about. So We're partnered with, large companies, startups, nonprofit organizations, government agencies. So there's definitely, an internship opportunity for a large variety of interests, majors. So we can definitely get you some experience in whatever professional fields you're hoping to pursue after graduation. So that's the first component of the program, that internship. The second component of the program, oh, I'm sorry, probably should have showed you this slide a little earlier. But the second component of the program is the evening course. During your summer semester with the Washington Center, you'll be taking an academic course one night a week. There's some examples of the courses we offer on the screen here. Scandalous Washington is definitely one of the most popular ones that we offer. Students are really interested in all the scandals going on in our nation's capital, which I don't blame them. I'm also very interested to learn about that. So, if that's not really something you're interested in, we have a lot of other courses to choose from. We also want to make sure that you're taking courses that align with your major and minor credit requirements. We want to keep you on track towards graduation while you're taking the summer semester with the Washington Center for your internship. So the cool thing about these evening courses is they're taught not only by academics, but by leading professionals in their industry. So just in the past year, we've had a news editor from the Associated Press, a senior intelligence officer working for the Director of National Intelligence, a chief historian for the Secretary of Defense. So you'll be hearing about a lot of the subject matters that you'd be hearing about in the classroom, but from an insider's perspective. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts of the program because it's not often you're hearing from the Secretary of Defense about their profession. So it's definitely a cool opportunity for students to get, an inside look into some of the, fields they're pursuing for their career. So that's the second component. The third is this career preparation readiness aspect. So we know it takes a little bit more than, the experience you're getting in your internship and the things you're learning in your academic course to really pinpoint exactly where you are in your career path and chart a clear plan to get to exactly where you want to go. So that's where the Washington Center really sets itself apart from other programs. We want to really help you reflect on what you're learning in your internship, asking, what you like, what you don't like, what you're really good at, what you'd like to learn more about. So we have a lot of different programming to help you do this. We have some professional development workshops, career exploration sessions, networking events, one-on-one career advising. So all this to just help you reflect on your internship and really asking yourself those hard questions so you're getting the most out of your experience. So I've talked about, all the components of the program. Now, really quick, I'd just like to go over what a day in the life might look like if you choose to participate in the academic internship program. So if you're coming in person, you're staying in Washington, D.C., you'll live in our residential and academic housing facility with other interns like yourself. You might wake up in the morning, maybe go for a run in Rock Creek Park. It's very beautiful and close by to the residential housing facility. I would not be doing that. I might maybe grab a cup of coffee at one of the really cool coffee shops all over the city, maybe go for a walk. That's a little bit more my speed. But regardless, around 9 a.m., you'll jump on Zoom, meet with your site supervisor, work on whatever projects or assignments have been assigned to you. You might stop off for a socially distanced food truck lunch, another DC classic. And then after work, you might, stroll the National Mall with some interns that you met in your residential and academic housing facility, explore the city, maybe grab some dinner. And then that evening, you might have your TWC academic evening course. So if you're working from home, your schedule is going to look largely the same. You'll do your morning routine around 9 a.m. You'll jump on Zoom, meet with your supervisor, meet with your team, work on your projects. And then that afternoon, you might have a TWC career exploration session, scheduled. So the remote option really just offers a lot more flexibility for students. So if you're trying to maybe hold down a part-time job or you want to stay close to family, you're not quite comfortable traveling right now with, the state of everything, this is still a great option. And, it's definitely, you still have access to all the great support and resources that TWC has to offer. If you do choose to spend a summer or semester with us in our nation's capital, you're guaranteed a spot in our housing facility. It's located in the heart of the city in the Noma neighborhood. It's very young, up and coming, close to public transportation, parks, nature trails, cool restaurants. It's about 30 minutes from the National Mall. So there's definitely, a lot still to do in DC, even with COVID being a factor. So the residential and academic housing facility is available to any students interested. They'll be living with other interns, like I mentioned, from all over the country. So it's a really great opportunity to share this experience, make some new friends to explore, and, just maybe even network. It's great to meet new people from all over the place. So that's definitely a cool opportunity that living in DC provides. You'll also have a dedicated student services team that's there to make sure that you're comfortable, you're enjoying your stay. The residential and academic housing facility, I have to say, is very nice. It's nicer than my first two apartments out of college, for sure. It comes fully furnished. It has pots, pans, couch, TV, in-unit washer dryer, a little balcony. So it's definitely really nice. That's something that you're interested in. We set you up for for sure. So regardless of, if you're participating in person or remotely, like I said, you're going to have access to all TWC support resources, staff. You're going to have, TWC staff supporting you from before you even apply to the program to after you leave. Professionals, mentors, advisors that are really eager to share their insights with you. You'll also be a part of a group of 60,000 TWC alumni, which is a great opportunity to reach out to these people asking how their experience was, how it led to the career that they're currently in, and maybe get a foot in the door professionally. I've had a lot of students come through the program that have been offered full-time employment or have been made great contacts for their future job when they're looking to enter the job market. So it's definitely something that we encourage people to take full advantage of while you're in the program. So at this point, I'm going to let Megan talk a little bit about how TWC might work for an Elizabethtown student specifically. Like, Megan?
Yeah, no, thank you. I'll just explain a little bit about how the credits work and then just the overall cost. So actually, regardless of if you do TWC's program for a semester or a summer, you'll earn 15 credits. I know that there's some flexibility right now with course options that we can talk about, whether or not like you can take Etown courses and TWC courses. I think that that's still potentially an option, but that might be where the 11 versus the 15 comes in. So basically the internship, we award 8 credits for the internship. Then the evening course, we award 4 credits for, and then the career readiness activities, experiential learning, we award 3 credits for that. So that's how we get to 15. So it is a full semester worth of credits. And then over the summer, it's a semester worth of credits that you're actually earning over the summer. So it's a great way if you want to potentially graduate early or just lighten your load for future semesters. It's really helpful to come in with all those extra credits. Then from a cost perspective, we treat this as a semester affiliated program. So your tuition travels with you, you pay Etown for tuition. So any merit-based scholarships, financial aid, all of that still applies. So you're only paying TWC for their housing. And there are a couple different scholarships specifically for Pennsylvania residents that can really reduce that overall housing expense because again, you're just paying TWC for housing. So any scholarships you'd receive from them would come off of your housing bill. Now, if you do go abroad over the summer, I say abroad, if you go to TWC, it's my common vernacular. If you do any program that our office oversees over the summer, you're responsible for the full cost of the summer program. So that does apply for TWC as well. So you pay them for the tuition, basically the arrangements of the internship and the course and the career readiness activities, as well as the housing. So we can definitely look at that depending on which term you're interested in and see different funding options that might be available at Etown. If you earn more than 6 credits over the summer, you're actually eligible for some financial aid. So there might be a way that we can work with the financial aid office to get you some funding because you'd actually be a full-time student status over the summer. So there might be even more funding options. So there's definitely some creative approaches that we can take if you're interested.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Yeah, and I'd love to point out, the option for Pennsylvania residents, those that are eligible for state scholarships also have the option to participate virtually this summer for $850. So it's, a small fraction of, the overall program costs, and it's something that we are trying to adapt for students to participate during COVID and still get this experience. So that's definitely an option to consider as well. So at this point, I'd love to open up the floor, give everyone here, any opportunities to ask any questions they might have. I did put Megan's email up here, so if you have any questions, she's a great resource to reach out to. Ask her anything that you're confused about or how, this program might work for you individually. So like I said, I'm going to promote you guys to panelists, give you the opportunity to ask some questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and stop recording so you're feel comfortable to share your screen or your microphone or however you want to ask. So just give me one moment while I do that.